Back to Keys Prop Hunt. On today, we'll be looking for some props that we can hit on. Let's get into it. Starting out here, we're looking at the left-hand side. You got Bieber, Adagahara, Saval, Canning, Little, Kelly at home versus Milwaukee, Sugiyano versus San Fran, Leahy at the Cubs. I'll start here with Saval. So struggling with both sides, to be honest, but the K to walk rate for lefties is very low. Against the pitch mix as a whole, you got Hicks 293, Stowers 257, Conning, sorry, just skipped him, 379. Do got some decently high K rates here. Hicks and Stowers have the most home runs, and then you got Cassie as well with 9 there. From his pitch mix, looks like the sinker is his put away there. He's not necessarily getting whiffs on it though. I will look at it, see how they're faring against that. So Hicks and Edwards look really good here. Very small K rates, very low K rates, small. Stowers has the most barrel though, 36%. He did hit 2 home runs yesterday. So that's a sinker. This cutter's getting hit too. Stowers looks good there. 25% barrel. Cassie 16%. Hicks, the average isn't there, but he's not Kang. Neither is Edwards. And then this curveball is getting some whiffs here. So I don't like this 30% for Hicks. Edwards batting average isn't there, but isn't Kang. Doubt he throws his 4-seamer much, but we'll look at it. So Edwards looks good there. Mac, Hicks, Stowers not bad. For hit wise, I say Edwards to begin with. Then I'll look at this sinker and 4-seamer. They're all hitting this. I will look last 30 days, give somewhat of a recent form. %45 barrel. Only 11 events though. Still, that's a decent amount. I think Stowers and Cassie went yard yesterday. Stowers could do it again out in Colorado. Eileen, Stowers. I want to say Cassie though. I do like the sweet spot there. Either one of those to possibly go yard again. But I do like Edwards for a hit. And I honestly like Hicks. He just didn't look too good against this curveball. That's the only one I saw, but he's not really whiffing on it. I like Hicks here for a hit too. So both Hicks and Edwards for a hit, and then Stowers or Cassie to go yard. Canning at the Dodgers, 312, 417, and 578 versus lefties. So I will look there. Looks like he's getting a lot of whiffs and strikeouts on the slider. So not horrible there for Ohtani, 22%. That looks bad for Muncie. Freeman looks good there. Let's look at the whiffs. So 24% for him, 33 there, 37, 31. So it's a lot of whiffs on this slider. Muncie as of late is still whiffing but not King. Ohtani, sheesh. Hasn't seen it a lot recently, but that K percentage. That's the slider. Also getting a little bit of whiff on this change up. So Tany's K in here too. Muncie is not though. Looks real good. So when Ohtani does make contact, but Muncie's whiff percentage is up there as well. About Freeman. A lot of whiffs here for them. That slider is getting barreled, as is his four-seamer. Sinker too, even though he's barely using it. So maybe more so a home run play than batting for average. Which Muncie and Ohtani look great there. Freeman has the home runs. Let's look last 30 against this sinker and four-seamer. So chalk play is Ohtani to go yard here. The whiff is not there for me to take somebody for a hit, but they all look green against this four-seamer and sinker. About everything is getting hit for Canning though, to be honest. Who has the lowest K here? Maybe Muncie. On the year, it doesn't look well against that what was it, the slider. As of late, looks better here. So yeah, it's definitely a recency for him. So I'm looking for him not to be striking out against those two and then hitting these, and I think Muncie is. So possibly Muncie here to go yard. If you don't want to go chalk play with Ohtani, I low-key like Muncie. Okay, let's keep moving. Yeah, Kelly versus Milwaukee. We'll look into that. Really struggles with both sides. I'll start with the left-hand side. The whiff is down, and the ground ball, fly ball. So he's getting some whiffs and Ks with this changeup, and that's about it. So Frelick's not necessarily K in there. Terang, not so much. Yelich and Mitchell, pretty high. We'll look back to last year just to see something. Okay. So that's the changeup. Yelich didn't look bad last year against it, I will say. And then everything else is getting hit. This four-seamer, this curve, this cutter as well for the percent that he's using it. It's 414. Terang looks great there. Yelich doesn't look bad again. Doesn't have the barrel though, as Terang does. Bowers, per usual. Mitchell looks good there outside of that K. And then I'll look at this four-seamer. I don't know why this curveball is not getting hit. So the four-seamer, these Ks don't look too good. We'll go last 30 with that. Big sample size. So these Ks on this four-seamer don't look too good, but I don't think he's not blowing it past anybody at 92 miles per hour. Okay, that's the four-seamer. And then I'll look at this curve real quick because it should be getting hit. He's not getting whiffs on it at all. Free lick looks good again. Cutter. So I like Terang for a hit. Free lick looks really good. It's not king or whiffing at that changeup. Um, Mitchell has looked really good as of late, but didn't look good necessarily against that changeup at all as far as his K. Uh, Someone who's been hitting the ball hard recently and doesn't have the results to show for it is Yelich. I've been noticing that on his exit velocities. We can look last 30, but he's definitely been hitting the ball hard. Being Yelich is just not shown yet. So him long shot homer. Um, I'll say they keep putting him at batting leadoff. So clearly there's a trust there, and so I feel like at some point he's gonna break out of it. Um, and so long shot home run is Yelich there. The place to do it is against Miro Kelly this year, and so I like that for him. And then let's look at the right hand side. He's struggling with both. Looks like the slider and the changeup are his putaways. Oh, this is last 30. Let me give more of a sample size. Churio's seen it the most though. It is K in a bit. So on the year, I don't think Vaughn's gonna be in there against a righty. Churio 18%. Contreras 18%. Churio does have some barrel there. And then this changeup. I'll look at the cutter too. Looks like he's missing bats there, but it is getting barreled. So Contreras, Churio, both the same K rate again. Don't like the whiff there for Contreras. 23% for Churio. And then this cutter. That looks good. 25%. 28% for Churio there. And then this sinker. They both don't look bad. Churio's K right there is crazy. Contreras has seen it the most, 68 times. Jeez. I say Contreras for a hit here. I think I'll go with that. He has had some power as of late. As I mentioned, Kelly struggles on both sides, so the ground ball, fly ball is a little bit higher to righties. But I'll take Contreras for a hit. Still looking to the left-hand side. Leahy at the Cubs. They got embarrassed yesterday, to be honest. I think it was like 16. It was 16-0 when I last looked at it. I'm not sure how it ended. So struggles with the left-hand side. 311 versus 243 to righties. Ground ball, fly ball is decent though. It is giving up barrel to both sides. So he's using the four seamer the most. Changeup is getting hit. Both the changeup and curve are his strikeout pitches and his swing and strike. Let me look one at a time. So that doesn't look good for any of them as far as his curve ball. Changeup wise, none of them. I may stay away from this, to be honest. I can look last 30 to see if anything changed recently, but not really. I mean, PCA is hitting him when he makes contact. But that K rate is crazy. Yeah, I may stay away from this one. Actually, let me look right hand side. I'll look right hand side because I don't think he comes here and completely shuts them down. So this sweeper he's missing bats with. So Bregman and Horner look pretty good there. Throwing the sinker for the most part is not getting whiffs on it. But also Suzuki, Kelly, and Horner and Bregman don't look good there. They're not. Let's look recent. Yeah, I may stay away from this one. Got your four-seamer here. Yeah, I'll stay away from this one. Okay. You got back here. I'm not sure who this is. Yeah, he's got to be a rookie. So not much to go with here. I'll stay away from this one. Buxton's still out. Looks like he struggles with lefties a little bit. Has given a homer to a righty. I wonder what pitch that was. So it was the four-seamer. So let's see. Last 30. Yeah, it's not much here to go on, so I'm not even gonna. All right, you got Jung versus the Rangers. They could get the rocker, honestly. Lefty wise, in that lineup, you still got Peterson, Nimmo, and Seager are out. The ground ball fly ball is very low to lefties. Unless Nimmo came back. I thought he was out though. So it looks like he's missing bats with this slider. Don't like these K rates at all. Smith just got back. Nimmo gets better and has a barrel. 2 barrels. Okay. And then this knuckle curve. All right, Nimmo's not striking out there. Neither is Peterson. Very small sample sizes for them both. Last year they were. And then he's throwing this four-seamer so much. Which Peterson can barrel and send. Contact wise, I say Nimmo possibly here for a hit. Peterson's been hitting this season, homers wise. He's been hitting for power. 3 home runs against this four-seam in the past 30. But I doubt Flattery gives him that to hit a barrel against this slider and curve. Yeah, I'll say Nimmo for a hit. Not banking too much on it there. Righty wise, so he's getting some whiffs on this slider and knuckle curve. So I'll look at the slider real quick. This is last 30. Which you got a decent sample size. Berger and Jung don't look bad there. Diaz, small sample size for him. Jung looks pretty good on the year against it. 28% whiff. 46% for Berger. And then this knuckle curve, he's also getting some whiff. Small sample size for Jung there. Berger does have a homer against it though. Not much there. Both over 20%. Barrel still for Berger. And then he's just throwing a four-seamer at you. Which Berger has 2 home runs. Jung 3 home runs. 17% barrel. Let's go last 30 for recent. Berger as of late has a homer and a barrel. Jung has a barrel. The K rate is crazy there though. 17%, 26%, 33, 20. Oh, that's like a showcase. My bad. I looked the wrong person. I lean Jung here. He's not. I mean, he's K'd against this four seamer, but is not whiffing. So he's taking called strikes. Doesn't look bad against the slider or the knuckle curve. I'll take him for a hit here. And I'll look at the other side. Rocker struggles with lefties. So it looks like the slider he's getting K's with. The sinker is really getting hit. The four seamer not so much. Not a lot of usage there. And then the cutter is getting hit as well. Let's look at the slider. Okay, not bad for McCongle. Carpenter doesn't look good there at all. Small sample sizes here though. 23%, 13%, 29, 29. Gotcha. Let's go last 30. See who's seen it the most. Gotcha. That whiff has dropped for Carpenter though. Okay, that's a slider. This sinker. I honestly like Green and McCongo here. McCongo does have the barrel. Normally I would look for him just for contact. That's the sinker. Let me see on the year. And looks like he's elevating the sinker. Maybe McCongo to go yard here. This cutter. Carpenter looks great there. And you got Green again. I want to say Green. I'm gonna say Green here. For it to go yard wise, I still like McCongo for a hit. I was looking to go deep here. I want to say Green. Yeah, I'll go Green. Oh, my bad. And then I think that may be it from the left-hand side. You got Zebby Matthews. He should give it up here. I'm going left-hand side. They really don't have righties that are hitting righties. So slider and curveball looked to be his strikeout. Chase pitches. The changeup is getting hit for sure. The four seamer is getting hit. The cutter, when he does use it, is getting hit too. Very low whiff rates there. So Bellinger. So all three, Grisham, Bellinger, and Rice, don't look bad against this slider at all. Very low K rates. Except, I mean, the whiff there for Rice doesn't look the best. The curveball, look here, their K rates do not look very good. 40% whiff there, 10% whiff for Grisham, 33 for Rice. But I still like the sweet spot. Barrow's there. He only has a 10.2 because that's like relative to how much he's using that curveball. So it's not really like high. Okay, and then change up, cutter. 283 for Bellinger, 268 for Grisham, 288 for Rice. Rice 48% sweet spot. Did just go yard yesterday, I believe. You got Jazz here too. I think Bellinger's in play for a hit. Grisham's in play for a hit. Grisham just got back and went yard yesterday. If you want to get away from Rice, I didn't see what Jazz was doing against this slider and curve. Where are you? So the whiff is crazy there. I lean Bellinger or Grisham to go yard if you want to get away from Rice. Could say Jazz, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe it from the left-hand side. Barrel-wise, I think I hit all the top people as far as barrel, except for Bieber going to Seattle. Low-key cool on that. Okay, let's look from the right-hand side. Let's go weighted OBA first. So Manea at Atlanta. Four-seamer, sweeper, sinker. Is getting some whiffs on this sweeper as well as the four-seamer. But he's not blowing it. I don't know. Maybe his location for this four-seamer, because at less than 91 miles per hour, you're not blowing it past anybody. Dubon looks good against his sweeper, 0K, so I like that. This sinker is getting hit as well. Dubon looks great there. And then this cutter, and the four-seamer. So Dubon doesn't look great there, which Albies does. But he's not king, so I like that more so than the result. And he looks good against all these secondary pitches. I like Dubon here for a hit, to be honest. Yeah, I'll go Dubon there for a hit against Manea. Possible long shot home run there. Manea is giving up a little bit of barrel. Oh, we already looked at Kelly. We can look at Luzardo. So it's really getting whiffs with this sweeper and changeup. The four-seamer is getting hit, and the whiffs drop down. I will look at the changeup and sweeper real quick. So Witt looks great there. Only a 20% whiff against this changeup. Sweeper only has seen it. You're not going to see this much from the left-hand side, but it's not Kang there. You got a barrel there for Perez. And then this four-seamer, 348 for Witt. Witt looks great here. I'll look at this sinker. He's barely throwing it, though. Where's Witt? 429. Thomas looks great there, too. Yeah, he looks real good there. I like Witt here for a hit, possibly to go yard. Takes Luzardo. Deep 8 home runs to righties on the year, 6.7 barrel, about average at home against Philly. Yeah, possibly Witt to go yard here if you don't want to go Witt. Perez has 2 home runs against this four-seamer and this sinker too. Yeah, and this changeup that's been sent to. Okay, did Flattery. Didn't go right hand side versus Saval. I'll look at this real quick. So missing bats with this cutter, a little bit with the curveball, not so much the sinker. So the sinker is getting killed. So Lopez looks great there. See this cutter. So 11% K there, 23% whiff. And then he's not throwing that slider enough for me to look at that. Curveball, don't like the K here at all. He is using it a little bit there. Let's look recently if it changed any. But 11.9 is not that high. 12.6 is decent though. I'll say Lopez here, small ballpark to get a hit. He's been too hot for me to lean away from him against Saval. Robbie Ray on the road in Colorado should be in play for a homer. 13 homers to righties. So he's missing bats with his changeup. Okay. Goodman doesn't look good there. Castro really looks good there. And this slider. Castro looks good there again. Goodman still has the Ks, but you're going to deal with that. He's a home run hitter. Oh, the slider is getting hit for home run. So a barrel there for Goodman. The four-seamer. So that's what Goodman's hitting. High risk, high reward with Goodman, but I know the odds for him is going to be a chalk. So possibly Goodman there. I low-key lean Castro for a hit here. Looks good against both these two whiff pitches. And then also can hit this four-seamer. I know the K rate looks decently high there for him. Karros looks decent too. Castro has jumped, fallen off here. Goodman's really hitting it as of late for this four-seamer. If he wasn't I guess it's worth it when he can hit a homer. 40% though. Let me take that Castro pick back. Karros here. Let me see what he's doing against this force. Yeah, I like Karros here for a hit. Take off Castro. Not a long shot play is Goodman for homers, more so a chalk play, but his K rate against that changeup and slider didn't look too good. The whiff percentage doesn't look too good overall, but he's not necessarily a contact hitter. And I think that may be it. So yeah, I don't think I looked from the right hand side for him. Let's look here real quick. He's not really missing bats with anything. Righties really don't fare well against him, but I'll look at this sweeper. Schmidt and Ramos barreling that. The splitter's really getting barreled. It is missing bats with it. Let's look at this four-seamer. Yeah, I may stay away from here. I don't really trust San Fran's righties. I think that may be it for me today. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if you have any questions about anything that I'm discussing as I record these videos, please let me know. Any questions with the platform, please let me know. I hope you guys have a great 4th. Enjoy your day. See you guys.